Happy Menu Monday. We've got all sorts of goodies and yummies to share with you, but we're going to kick things off with the newest edition for the kids coming soon to the Nashville Zoo, Dino Tray.
I never dreamed in a million years that this is what I would be doing or would really have any interest in it, but I guess it truly is in our blood somehow. I'm Tracy Middleton. My family owns Middleton Lumber Company here in Pryor, Tennessee. My grandparents, Elmer and Margaret Middleton, started this business in 1965 here in Henry County. The company is now managed and owned by their children, and I'm actually the fourth generation of my family to be involved in the forestry industry. Here, the lumber that has come out of the dry kiln, they are grading that, and the guy that's up on the chain, he'll assign a grade to each individual board. Growing up, I really didn't have a lot of interest in this, to be quite honest. We actually have a cattle business also, and my interest was more in that direction. But my junior year of college, I moved home for the summer to work here and absolutely fell in love with it.
SGN20.
Middleton Lumber Company is my family's legacy. It's what we do, it's what we're passionate about. There's some pictures in the office of me about 4 or 5 years old with a hard hat and a little kid's toy chainsaw. On a personal level, I drive through our gate every day and see our sign says family owned and operated since 1965, and that's truly what my motivation is. This is our log water yard. Logs that are harvested during the spring and summer months of the year have a higher sap content. If those aren't immediately sawn, then they have a tendency to stain. My generation has maybe seen quite as many glass ceilings as maybe what there once were, and women aren't necessarily just on the sidelines anymore. They're leading organizations, they are business owners, they're decision makers, and they've proven themselves to be a very valuable asset. The sky's really the limit. Both of my parents kind of instilled in me that success is solely to your work ethic and not your gender.
That is our business spotlight for a Monday, and I love family businesses, and I love family activities like the Nashville Zoo's new Dino Truck coming soon. It's time for our Daily Yummy, and for that, we're going to talk about herbs and how to store them with Chef Kris.
Open up your refrigerator door. You wake up in the morning looking at beautiful herbs right inside your refrigerator. Make your day.
So this is how you store them in the refrigerator and keep them nice and fresh. Instead of keeping them in the plastic bag that you might get at the grocery store or something like that, just put them in a container. I tell you what else likes this. Asparagus likes to be kept that way too.
Asparagus loves water and coolness.
If you love the look of a really high-end kitchen, if you like workhorse products, Z-Line will bring that to you and your local showroom for Z-Line products for the kitchen, the appliances that Chef Kris uses at Black Diamond Culinary. Well, you can go visit her at Black Diamond Culinary and take a look at what Z-Line has to offer. I think that's very, very cool in our Daily Yummy today. And now we continue on always with good stuff to talk about. Cajun Fest, brought to you by Amber Falls Winery and Hampshire, Tennessee will be May 27th, so save the date. The crawfish will be hot, steamy, and spicy, along with a little Cajun Fest wine. That is a food activity you're going to want to see. So Amber Falls Winery, Hampshire, Tennessee, they also start very soon with their music shows that will be in the weekend, and they're incredible. So you can go do a wine tasting in Hampshire, Tennessee, stay in their Airbnb, or you can go to Opry Mills Mall for any tasting, because they've got a tasting room there as well. Take a look at all the good things at Amber Falls Winery by going to amberfallswinery.com. And May 27th, Cajun Fest. Don't forget, guess who's hiring? Walmart Distribution. Walmart Supply Chain is hiring in Lebanon. Earn up to $22.25 an hour when you join our new fulfillment center. Enjoy competitive pay and premium perks, including 100% paid college tuition, 401k match, flexible schedules, a free Walmart Plus membership that includes discounts, and free Paramount Plus, paid time off, and so much more. Fulfilling work starts right here. Text JOIN to 240-240. That's JOIN 240-240 to apply now. It's time for our Daily Yummy, brought to us by 50 Forward, with centers all over Middle Tennessee. People like me, 50 and over, you can be a part of an organization that really takes care of your needs and your fun and gives you something to do. You can go every day. You're a member of 50 Forward every day. 50forward.org for more information. They want you to give your information to a new research study so we get counted. Yep, that's what they want. If you would like to participate in the National Institute of Health's Just Us, All of Us research study, you can make sure that you are counted by going to joinallofus.org/50forward, all spelled out. Joinallofus.org/50forward, and give them your information so that they know what you are like, so that your information has a bearing on the way everyone is treated in the rest of the U.S. It's a study. It's about our health, and it shouldn't be just one people group. It should be all us people groups, don't you think? Speaking of all us people groups, have you ever had a picky eater? Well, if you've got a kid or grandkid that is a picky eater, it's hard to get them to eat anything other than one or two things. And pretty soon you kind of give up the ghost, right? Well, not this mom in our Daily Giggle.
I don't want this.
Eat it.
I just don't want it. I want something else.
No. It's good.
It looks yucky.
Mommy. It's food.
Should I just try a bite?
Yeah.
Okay. Mmm. Oh, that's good.
Don't say yucky. It's good, buddy.
She completely flipped that for that kid. The kid's going, wait a minute, mommy, it's food. You can't say it's yucky. I absolutely love a new hack. So if you got kids or grandkids, whatever, the kids won't eat anything but a certain type of food, chicken fingers. I mean, I'm telling you, chicken nuggets, come on. They can try something else, but it's not always easy to get them to try something. I love that hack. Thought I'd share. Well, we often do beauty for a lot of the females in our audience. Let's be honest. We're into hair and face and all that other stuff, but guys are too. And I met these guys. They're musicians who started their own business called Beards and Riffs. Like riffs as in music, beards as in, well, they got beards. And they've got great products, and especially a new beard balm. And I thought we'd share this for the guys in our audience who have beards. And see if you might want to try some of their brand new Beards and Riffs Beard Balm.
I don't always want a smooth, soft beard. Who am I kidding? I absolutely want a smooth, soft beard, always. That's what you get with Beards and Riffs All Natural Beard Balm. Let's head on over to Nate and he'll show you how to use it.
So we do get a lot of questions about our all-natural beard balm. Some of the more common ones Do I need a balm? I use an oil already. How do I use it? How much do I use? And I'm going to address some of those questions today. So with the balms, the purpose of the balm is to soften what's already grown on your face, to keep it soft, and to help tame those flyaway hairs. So if you've got a smaller beard or a shorter, well-manicured beard, you may not need it for the flyaways, but you definitely need it for keeping it soft. You know, when your loved ones are rubbing up on you, they're going to be thankful that you used a good balm to keep it a little soft and keep it smelling good. If you have a bigger beard, you're going to need to use a little bit more. Beeswax is the holding factor in here. So to use it, take the lid off, take the back of your thumbnail. You can use a guitar pick. You can use a coin, whatever you want to use, but I find it easier just to use my thumbnail. You take your thumbnail, get the desired amount. Again, larger beards are going to need more than shorter beards. You're going to want to rub this in your hand, and as the heat from your hands begins to set in, it makes it tacky. It'll break it down a little bit. Now you just rub this through your mustache, get it all up in your beard, and then take a Beards and Riffs boar's hair brush. It'll redistribute what you just put in. Give it a little once over, and you're done.
That stuff smells so good. I'm going to tell you, it is amazing. Both of these guys are married, and their wives travel with them to trade shows and things like that. I met them at the Odell Handmade Market, and they are absolutely incredible. These just what they have come up with. And I thought it was really cool that their wives said, "Oh, it smells so good." That was testimony enough to every guy who was standing in the place. They were running to buy this stuff. I thought that was a really cool information. One second. Has dry. Got to hydrate. By the way, these great big bottles are on sale for $1 right now at Bargain Hunt. I'm just going to tell you. Oxygenated water. Who knew? Anyway, I had a conversation with Kris Golden, my brother from another mother, and he and I were talking about the funniest conversation between the guys from Duck Dynasty and Kris Golden's daddy, William Lee Golden of the Oak Ridge Boys. And they were laughing, getting beard tips and how to keep their beards soft and manageable from William Lee Golden. That was great. Do you condition your beard? Well, of course I do. I absolutely love that. Hey, if you're wondering about planting trees, we're getting into the things. We're getting really ready for the green. We've already seen the daffodils start to poke their heads up. And so people are looking at green and they're looking at trees. When you start planting trees, the Nashville Electric Service and our electric cooperatives around want you to make sure that before you plant, you look up.
I heard the manager say there's a Mr. Smith coming in to buy a tree to plant near the front of his property.
Right next to the road? Ooh, that's prime real estate to be seen by passersby for years. Every tree's dream.
Yep, as soon as he lays eyes on me, I'll be out of here lickety-split. How can he not pick me?
Well, you are a little shady.
If I'm going to interrupt, I think I can settle this friendly argument. I'm a bit of an expert on this subject, and the two of you for that matter. Hi, I'm Jeff, NES's resident arborist. I'm here to share some important information about choosing the right trees and shrubs to plant this spring, including tips for planting your NES equipment such as power lines and transformers.
Be sure to call 811 before every digging job, big or small. Digging without calling 811 can disrupt service to an entire neighborhood, harm you and those around you, and potentially result in fines and repair costs.
If it's over $3, you're out of luck.
Money doesn't grow on trees, you know.
Real funny, guys. Also, be sure to contact NES directly before planting under power lines that are inaccessible from a road or driveway. Now, to settle your friendly debate, picking the right tree is actually a little more complicated than making a decision based on looks alone.
That reminds me of the old adage, never judge a tree by its bark.
And don't bark up the wrong tree.
Before purchasing trees or shrubs, you need to consider a number of different factors. to ensure you make the right choice. Ask yourself whether you're looking for shade, flowers and leaves, fruit, or a visual screening. Determine the tree's mature size, including the height, spread, growth rate, and longevity. This is especially important for trees that are being planted under power lines. Look for a solid root ball, a uniform branch pattern, and general tree health. NES and the Metro Tree Advisory Committee have identified more than 24 species and cultivars, such as dogwoods, crepe myrtles, and crabapple trees that can be planted safely under power lines without worrying about trimming in the future. These power line friendly trees have an average height of 20 feet at maturity. Trees on this list are also suitable for planting at the front and side of your house. Visit nespowered.com to view the full list. Proper planting can eliminate the need for tree trimming. All trees and shrubs should be planted so that they'll not grow within a 10-foot radius of NES equipment. Remember to consider the tree's height and spread at maturity. Visit nespowered.com for a list of the minimum planting allowances from NES poles and structures. To ensure that your trees and shrubs live a long, healthy life, follow these steps when planting. Cut and remove all strings and remove burlap from the bottom half of the root ball. Backfill with soil removed from the hole and compact it firmly with your feet. Cover with mulch using only a ½ inch right next to the tree trunk. Water the tree thoroughly to remove air spaces and settle the soil, and visit nespowered.com to view the full list.
So, are you going to help me settle this debate? I'll be leaving as soon as the first customer sees me, right?
Sorry guys, you're both too tall for power lines, your root systems are too big for concrete areas and foundations, and most importantly, you talk too much and your jokes aren't funny.
I told you to keep your mouth shut. Tree dollars. Where did that come from? Your brain is a twig.
It is not.
Keep your branches to yourself.
Visit nespower.com for all the information you need when deciding which trees and shrubs to plant.
Yeah, and I bet you dye your roots.
I actually like those jokes. I thought those were funny. You actually dye your roots. Anyway, it's time for our motivation moment. And for that, we're going to look back to 2020 when the tornadoes came through. And we know a lot of times about organizations like we've got the Red Cross that shows up, and we're so grateful in a lot of places. But Catholic Charities are very, very active here locally, and I thought I would shine the light on all that they did. And they're always standing by, and they always need volunteers.
My neighbors are gone.
Roofs blown off buildings, trees ripped from the ground, homes torn from their foundation. That's the view Patrice Sherrill sees when she looks out her backyard.
My little millennial across the street right out there, he says, "What do we do?" I said, "Call your mama."
Patrice's North Nashville neighborhood was one of the hardest hit by the tornadoes.
Well, I was in the front room watching TV on the couch when the front, all that went up. Yeah, it picked it up and set it back down. Right, and all I heard was explosions.
The winds were so strong, debris shot through her home like a bullet, past her drywall, down the hallway, and out the other side. Her roof was also badly damaged.
That's what woke me up.
So when you woke up, the roof was...
Yeah, she was up, and I went that way.
Patrice has decided to stay in her home, but many of her neighbors don't have that option.
For some of these other people, it's just really heartbreaking.
Misty Roberts volunteers for the Magruder Family Resource Center in North Nashville, operated by Catholic Charities.
I've seen a lot of people with their children come in that were, they had nothing. They lost everything they had.
She estimates they've helped about 2,000 people in just one day after the storm. In the historically African-American neighborhood of North Nashville, there's an extra layer of fear added to the already devastating tornado destruction. Gentrification has recently been creeping into the neighborhood, some fearful this disaster could speed up that process.
And some people like are renters and they might not find a place to stay in Nashville. They probably might have to go to Clarksville or some other county.
Uncertainty, fear, and devastation, the new normal for this neighborhood. In Nashville, Tennessee, Emily Druby, Currents News.
If you're watching Currents News on YouTube, be sure to hit the subscribe button and then click on the bell to get instant updates about all of our newest content, because we are putting your faith in the news.
Thank you to the people at Catholic Charities who do so much around our world. It's a global organization, and if you'd like to find out more information, just do a quick Google, CatholicCharities.org. We're going to head to Clarksville now. There is, speaking of Menu Monday, a new restaurant that is coming. Well, actually, February 10th. The ribbon was cut for a brand new place. It is called Peach Cobbler Factory. Oh my gosh, can you believe it?
Peach cobbler, off the chain, had the vanilla ice cream. It was warm, it was delicious, couldn't go wrong. Peach cobbler all day long.
Well, when we were here the last time, it was amazing. And last time I had the cobbler, so this time I'm having the pudding because I got a sample of my son's from the last time. It was so good.
Share a little banana pudding with your wife. That's the key to success right there. Well, so maybe share a little bit with your husband.
The Peach Cobbler Factory, February 10th. It opened. Main Street, Clarksville was there. They took the picture of the ribbon cutting, the Peach Cobbler Factory. And I bet you anything, you're going to be able to see Miss Stephanie Miller with This Week in Clarksville talking a little bit about this place. You go to the peachcobblerfactory.com. Y'all, I got to get this list out because they had all these cobblers. Of course, they got peach cobbler. They got cherry cobbler, but they've got pudding, like banana pudding. Pudding shake, cinnamon rolls, sweet peach tea. They've got cold brew and even more. So, I mean, they had so many cobblers you could not count. Can you imagine just going to a place with hot cobbler and fresh vanilla ice cream? Oh, Peach Cobbler Factory, brand new to Clarksville. They've got them in Sevierville too, so you might already know about that place. This was brand new for me. I did not know. I knew nothing about it. If you guys saw the Golden Globes, I don't watch a lot of award shows. I just, kind of don't. But I respect the people who get the awards. I respect the people who vote and dress up for all of us to watch on TV. Kevin Costner was not able to attend the Golden Globes this year. And the reason that I'm sharing this with you is because I thought he handled this with such grace. There were there were floods in California, so it kept he and his wife from being able to make it into the award ceremony. And I thought his apology and how he handled it was great, but I also loved how his wife handled the fact that their family was basically, they were disappointed.
Kris and I, we weren't able to make it to the Golden Globes, and because of the flooding, we got cut off at Ventura and up here in Montecito, and we felt so horrible about that, and there was just nothing we could do. And we watched the time like a sand in a bottle go out as our chances dimmed of getting there, and so we watched from home, and it wasn't the same. Kris had a dress, I had a tuxedo. It was in another hotel down in LA, and I never liked to be too cool for school. I wanted to be there, and Kris realized that my heart was a little bit low, and my wife, with $30, went down to the store. I'll never forget this. And she bought about 30 balloons because it was just going to be us and our family in the den watching the Golden Globes. Something that we imagined ourselves being there, something I dreamed about. To be nominated as an actor was really important to me. And we couldn't be there, but my wife found a way to take something really simple, and my children and I sat on the couch and we watched the whole doggone thing. And my kids heard our name be called. And we weren't at one of the greatest parties in the world. We wanted to be, but we found ourselves together as a family, and my children heard my name called, and they stood up and they cheered, and the award just came here, and I thought for all the people that have supported me for the Golden Globes, which I was so happy. I've known them a long time, that international community, and They've always been very kind to me, and I couldn't be there, but this is the award. So I'm going to just open it in front of all my friends out there. And for best performance as an actor. And so here's actually what someone was going to open. It mentions the other actors. I could name their names, and believe me, when you're at a night like that, you all want to win. And it's kind of a long night when someone doesn't call your name, and I've been lucky enough to have it called, but here it is, and I'm so glad I had this. I wish I, again, could have been there. Let's open up, let's look at it. I guess there's no music, but wow. There it is. You know, when you first come to Hollywood, you just wanted to get your first job, and you've seen these things, and you even wonder if you're ever going to get in a room like that. And it feels really good to have this. There's no substitute for being there, but my wife made a night of it for us, and all those balloons, and now I'm holding it. And for everybody who supported me, for the Hollywood Foreign Press for thinking enough of what I did this year, and it's good to. I'm so glad I've found the movies in my life. They've made a difference. I don't know what would have happened to me if I hadn't found the movies. Thank you to everyone.
That made me tear up. I just love him. I really love the simplicity of sharing that moment, and how his wife saw that just something as making things festive with the few balloons in the house and watching it as a family. And I thought that was just kind of nice, because it's not always how to be a gracious loser. It's how to be a gracious winner that we probably all need to pay attention to. And I think there are a lot of gracious winners, and I love to shine the light on those as well. And there's so many people doing so many wonderful things, and I love sharing stories that uplift. And that one really did something for my spirit. So thank you, Kevin Costner. Thank you for the movies that you bring to us. Thank you for the television shows that you're a part of. You guys, I love what you do each and every day by joining me. So a big shout out to all you guys. Follow, subscribe, and share. We're going to close the way we always do. Be safe. Be kind to each other, because our world needs more of that. And remember, most of all, you are loved.
We are home. We are family. We are things to do and place to see. Mom and pops, local grown. Small business Saturdays, we are Main Street, Main Street, Main Street. We are your Main Street today.